Have you ever wondered how one of the world's most powerful empires began? It wasn't with a massive army or a vast kingdom, but with a visionary leader of a small tribe on the frontiers of a crumbling world. This is the story of Osman Ghazi, the founder of the Ottoman Empire. Let's travel back to the mid-13th century. Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, was a land of chaos. The mighty Byzantine Empire was weakening, and the Seljuk Sultanate was collapsing under Mongol pressure. Into this power vacuum stepped a man named Ertuğrul Gazi, chief of the Kayi tribe. Around 1258, his son Osman was born. This was the world Osman grew up in, a frontier zone filled with conflict, but also brimming with opportunity. When his father Ertuğrul passed away, the leadership of the Kayi tribe fell to Osman. He inherited control over a small territory around the towns of Söğüt and Domaniç. It wasn't much, but for an ambitious and strategic mind like Osman's, it was the perfect launchpad. From this small base, he would begin a series of campaigns that would change the course of history. Osman was driven by the spirit of Gaza, a term often translated as holy struggle, which motivated many frontier warriors. He began launching raids into the neighboring Byzantine territories. These weren't just random attacks, they were calculated moves to expand his influence and territory. With each successful campaign, his reputation grew. More and more Turkic warriors, known as Ghazis, flocked to his banner, drawn by his military prowess and his promise of conquest and glory. Slowly but surely, Osman's small principality, or beylik, started to expand. He wasn't just conquering land, he was capturing strategic fortresses. Places like Bilecik, Yarhisar, and Inegöl fell under his control. These weren't just military victories, they were building blocks for a new state. Each captured fortress became a new base of operations and a symbol of his growing power. But what made Osman different from other warlords of his time? It was his approach to governance. He was known for his sense of justice and tolerance. When he conquered a new town, he didn't oppress the local Christian population. Instead, he allowed them to continue their lives and practice their faith, as long as they accepted his rule. This fair and inclusive policy was a stroke of genius. It encouraged stability in the newly acquired regions and made Ottoman rule more acceptable to the diverse populations of Anatolia. People felt secure under his leadership, which helped his fledgling state take root and grow strong. The year 1299 is a date every student of Ottoman history knows. It's traditionally marked as the year the Ottoman Empire was founded. Why? Because it's believed that this is when Osman Ghazi declared his full independence. He reportedly had the Friday sermon, the khutbah, read in his own name. In the Islamic world, this was a powerful declaration of sovereignty, a sign that he no longer recognized any higher authority. While he continued to use the title Bey or Chief during his lifetime, later generations would honor him with the title of Sultan. Of course, separating fact from legend with a figure from so long ago can be difficult. Much of what we know about Osman comes from chronicles written long after his death. And one of the most enduring stories is the dream of Osman. As the legend goes, while staying at the home of a revered holy man, Sheikh Edebali, Osman had a powerful dream. In it, a moon rose from the sheikh's chest and entered his own. Then, a massive tree sprouted from his body. Its branches grew so vast they cast a shadow over the entire world. Under the tree were mountains, and from the base of these mountains flowed rivers, where people drank and watered their gardens. When Osman told the sheikh about his dream, Edebali interpreted it as a divine prophecy. The tree represented the empire that Osman's descendants would build, an empire that would rule over the world. The sheikh, seeing this divine favor, gave Osman his daughter, Bala Hatun, in marriage. This union was politically brilliant, as it cemented the support of the influential religious orders for Osman's cause. Whether the dream actually happened, or was a story created later to legitimize the dynasty, it perfectly captures the ambition and destiny associated with Osman. Beyond the battlefield and legendary dreams, Osman was a practical and wise leader. He understood that a state couldn't be built on military victories alone. He established a system of consultation, listening to the advice of his commanders and advisors. He laid the groundwork for the administrative and legal structures that would allow his state to function and expand. Perhaps his greatest act of foresight was preparing for the future. He knew that for his work to last, there needed to be a smooth transition of power. He carefully groomed his son, Orhan Gazi, to be his successor. He passed on his knowledge, his strategies, and his vision for the future. This focus on continuity ensured that the state would not crumble after his death, a common fate for many principalities of that era. Osman Gazi is believed to have died around the year 1324. One of his final wishes was to be buried in the city of Bursa. At the time of his death, Bursa was still under Byzantine control, besieged by his forces. He didn't live to see its capture, but his son Orhan fulfilled his wish. Shortly after Osman's passing, Bursa fell and became the first major capital of the Ottoman state. Osman was laid to rest there, in the city he had longed to conquer. Following in his father's footsteps, Orhan Gazi went on to transform the small principality into a formidable regional power. He continued the expansion, created the first Ottoman standing army, the Janissaries, and established many of the institutions that would define the empire for centuries to come. So when we look back at Osman Gazi, we see more than just a warrior. We see a visionary strategist, a just ruler, and the architect of a dynasty. Starting with nothing more than a small tribe and a great ambition, he laid the foundations for an empire that would span 3 continents and last for over 600 years. His legacy is a testament to how a single individual with courage, wisdom, and a powerful vision can shape the destiny of the world. Osman Gazi's name is not just the beginning of a story. It is the symbol of an empire that left an indelible mark on human history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the figures who shaped our world. See you in the next video.